All right, here we go. Episode 47, my brother. What do we got tonight?
Man, we have May December from Netflix. We got Wing Woman from Netflix. We got Quiz Lady from Hulu. And we have If You Were Last from Hulu. No, Peacock, excuse me.
Peacock.
And then we got The Haunting of the Queen Mary from Hulu. Those are
So
our
we
5 movies.
Two
And-
Hulu, 2 Netflixes, and a Peacock. And then the Partridge in a Pear Tree is our guest.
Yes. And I love this guest. He is one of my favorite people. I adore him
because he has to be back. So
yeah,
I'm down. Let's roll the intro and bring him out.
Yeah.
All right. And away we go. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining the Faces for Radio podcast as we present By the Numbers, where we take new releases in theater, streaming, or video. We watch them, we review them, and we let you know what we thought. I am your host, David, a.k.a. the 4K Lowdown, and my co-host is...
Rich, a.k.a. Turner Fan 77.
All right. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing actually pretty fucking awesome. Today was a really good fucking day, so I hope you had a great day.
I had a good day. I had a good day. It was awesome, and got my granddaughter who's stressing me out right now, but she's okay. Speaking of stressed out, we're gonna bring in our special guest. He doesn't know why we continue having him on, but if he asks to do it and he wants to be a glutton for punishment, then I'm more than happy to have him on the show because he's one of our favorite people. Let's bring him in. Pop Culture 33 himself, Evan. Welcome back.
Oh,
we got that. We got fireworks before the show, and I was like, dude, I want to totally get that again, but no, we just gotta.
We get.
I have no control over it, so and I talk with my hands. So let's.
Oh, you're a hand talker too. I love it.
I mean, I can't not. I'm Italian, so.
That's awesome. So how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to be on.
We're excited to have you, man.
We watched some movies, and one I truly despised, and one I have a lot of mixed feelings about. So
I'm excited. I can't wait to get into those.
I'll dive deep into
it. I got to agree, but I'm figuring it's probably the exact opposite movies that you're thinking of. I think your despised is probably one that I liked. And my despised is probably one that you liked. Just because I've already seen the scores, so I kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, you're cheating.
But
it's called cheating.
It's cheating, but I got to do the math, and it's I get off on that. So, so Evan, you came in, and it seemed like May December, which is one of the movies that we're watching tonight.
Yeah.
That was kind of your trigger for being on the show, and I don't want to have you give specifics, but was there another movie that you liked that surprised you in this group?
Oh, there is one other movie that I was completely surprised that I will probably add if hopefully it comes out. I will buy and rewatch multiple times, and it has one of the person that drives me crazy. But they didn't drive me crazy. So
I have a pretty
actually
good idea
two actors in this movie that drive me crazy and didn't drive me crazy. So I'm excited for that surprise.
That one we might agree on because I know there's one movie where I was like, I don't want to watch this. It's got this guy in. I hate this dude, but I was like, I actually really liked it. So let's let's get to the chat because there's a lot in there. We had Corey that
What's
jumped
up,
in
Corey?
before the show. He said I won't be able to get home in time, but have fun and a great time. Thank you so much. Caveman jumped in and said, "Dang it, Corey, you got the cookie." Dave and Rich. Well, I watched 4 and Miss Caveman watched 1 with me. Yes, she finally let me back into the bedroom. Good. I'm glad.
Good.
I've been trying to talk to her all week and say, please let him back in. It was my fault.
Way to go, Dave.
I know. Dang it. Chris is
What's
in
up,
the house.
Chris?
What's up, Flasher dude? Slash the like button. I appreciate that. So you guys, thank you for joining us live. Thank you for watching us on the replay. And definitely please hit that like button. If you're not already, subscribe to the 4K Lowdown, Turner Fan 77, and Pop Cultures 33. All the links are in the description below. And Holland is in the house. What's up, Holland? Panel of Pain. I like that.
What's up, Tiana?
Tiana's here. What's up, Tiana? Thank you so much for being here. Miss Caveman is here. Where there's one, there should be the other. My best friend Mike is in the house. Bring on the movies. Yes, sir.
Does Holland have to sue himself now?
That's pretty good.
And Caveman saying hey to you, Evan. Holland saying hey to everyone. And last but not last, there's a couple of Spicy's here. What's up, Reed? Thank you so much for being here. And everybody's saying hey.
Supposedly I got some feedback. Do I sound like I have feedback for you?
I'm getting this weird.
Yeah, just a little bit.
This weird sound. Yeah, feedback, kind of an echo thing. I don't know. It's weird.
It's going through my headphones.
Yeah.
Because you guys sound great.
It's okay, though. Don't worry about it, man. We're good.
No, we're just gonna keep on going. All right. So before we get going, I do want to get the fine print out of the way and say that we're sponsored by Spotify for podcasting. They take the audio portion of our live stream and sponsor us and put it out on other podcast sites like Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Castbox, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts, along with Spotify for free. They sponsor us, then they get us more sponsors once we get more followers. So if you guys haven't already, please go to Spotify and give us a follow, and then watch it on whatever platform, or listen to us on whatever platform you like. So I like to get that out of the way early, but not quite all in one breath. But so we got 5 movies. They are all streaming this time.
Yeah.
And I'm just let's just jump right into it. So we take the 5 movies, we watch them, we score them, and then I take the average score, in this case, out of the 3 of us, and then rank them from 5 to 1, and then that's the order that we review them and talk about them. So with that being said, we're going to talk about our lowest scored movie while we have other people come in. And Jeff is in the house. What's up, Jeffrey? Thank you so much for being here. I think you guys know.
If it's not this one movie, then I'm literally just I'm out. I'm just gonna leave.
We're gonna say goodbye to Evan. So okay. So what do you want me to just surprise you with the clip, or
yeah?
Okay. Let's see. All right. So the lowest scored movie for this week is
Dad. Hello? Hello?
That's right. It's The Haunting of the Queen Mary, coming in last place this week. Not surprisingly. Want to say hey to Dell.
What's up, Dell?
Just showed up. Everybody's saying hey to everybody, so I'm going to whip through that. And I sounded obscene, but I didn't mean it that way.
Don't whip it, dude.
I'm going to whip it good. Evan, I'm going to move you up here. So, okay. This movie's horrible.
Yes, it is very horrible.
This movie's horrible.
And it had so much promise. Like it was
I
There's-
liked the trailer. I watched the trailer and I was like, okay, I'm into it. And this was my pick. So
Yeah.
I'm going to take the heat on this. But
I thought you would like this, Dave. I thought
I-
this was right up.
I actually did like it. It's horrible, but I liked it. Will I watch
the
again? No.
ideas I like the ideas what they tried to do, but they
Yes.
did not accomplish it. Like it was, they needed someone else to step in and say, "This is how we can make it good."
Better off actually visiting the Queen Mary than watching. Yes, I've been to the Queen Mary twice, and yes, that
Yeah.
absolutely it is. Going to the Queen Mary is actually scarier than this movie was. But
There was parts of it I did like the dude
there was-
hunting the people and chopping them up. I dug that.
Yeah. I dug that. There was some pretty decent gore
Yeah.
in here. There were some good kills. The story though is awful.
Yeah.
It was jumping all over the place. I was like, I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And then and then there's a Fred Astaire thing in there on the shit, and I'm going, okay, I liked the premise, and I'm gonna get to that. I had it up here, but then I was looking up.
How many times did it take you to get through this movie, Evan? Did you watch it all in one sitting?
I watched it all the way in one sitting, but I had to go back. And one of my questions is, I normally understand endings, like in stuff. I still don't have a clue what the heck this ending was
Thank
about.
you.
I
Thank
don't even know what they were trying to do and where they left you. And it's like,
They were possessed, weren't they, at the end?
Yes.
okay, but
Yes.
they were possessed, but then you have that little like guy who's like doing the tours. Was he not already possessed?
The captain.
Yeah.
The captain was actually the janitor or maintenance guy.
Yeah. But wasn't he already possessed, or is he not possessed? And then he's figuring
I
out
wasn't
he's
clear on that
possessed,
either.
and then these people are leaving the boat, but they're we get to the spoiler later because like they just couldn't make up their mind of what they were doing.
Yeah. Evan, can you change your StreamYard settings to cancel the feedback?
How do I do that?
There's a settings button. If you go to settings and then go to audio,
I have
there's
echo cancellation, mic adjustment. What do I need to choose?
Choose echo cancellation for sure.
It's already on.
Okay. Is there
What about automatic?
reduce mic background noise? Do you have that?
No,
Automatically adjust mic volume. Is that set?
that is on.
Okay.
Should I turn it off? Is that working now?
Well, it should be on.
Let me turn it on. Let me click it off. Click it on. Test 1 2 1 2.
That sounds a little better.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought because you're using your AirPods, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought. I thought your AirPods were doing it because we had trouble with Rich with his
That's why I
AirPods,
stopped using them.
so he stopped using them altogether.
Oh, is it my AirPods? Do I need to switch to something else?
It wasn't the
It's
feedback.
better now.
It was we would lose audio.
We would lose audio completely. So it's not related to that, but
I'll ask Caveman. Do I sound better now before I take them off?
I still hear a little echo, but it sounds better to me.
Yes, it doesn't sound as bad.
Yeah.
Well, it's still there. I don't like that.
Dell, great job on your movie swap last night with the monkey. Nice.
Let me
I
see.
haven't had a chance to watch that yet. Jay is in the house. What's up, Jay? Yeah. Reed says it sounds better to him. And the kitty likes it, apparently.
Yeah.
What about now? Is that perfect? Is that
Keep
worse?
talking.
Is that perfect or worse?
It's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Caveman is in a cave. He will always hear an echo. Yeah.
Okay.
But no, that's a lot better. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the haunting of the Queen Mary. I just
See those scenes
yeah.
right there. I like those.
I don't want to spoil it, but I can't recommend this for anybody to watch it. As I am an absolute horror movie junkie, and I am a big fan of the Queen Mary as a haunted location. In fact, it's going to be talked about on my Spirits of Spirits podcast coming up toward the end of the year. It's going to be one of our final episodes of the season. The Queen Mary is absolutely haunted. It's a great spot. But I have no idea what they were trying to do here. It just seemed like the story was everywhere. If it would have been just a simple like, okay, something happens and you go through a portal and you're time traveled back to 1938, and now you're dealing with this serial killer who's killing people on the boat, that would have been great. But the way that they did it didn't work.
This is a victim of being a Hulu original.
Yeah. Chris says you sound good now, Evan. And so does the cat. Sounds a little better, but it might just be the room that you're in.
Don't you agree, though? It feels like another victim of being a Hulu original.
Yeah, it's a victim of being like what we dealt with Mill and Appendage and all that. It's like they're trying to take this weird, like kind of a simple.
See, that's a great. He looks good. He looks good there. I
mean, he was creepy right off the bit with the mask on, and then when the mask came off, I was like, dude, that dude
like
messed
the explanation.
Up. But you know, I liked, yeah. So I can skip this movie.
Oh,
no,
yeah, dude, don't.
Yeah, you can skip it.
Yeah, don't.
Caveman says microphone and AirPods may be competing with the PC microphone, but it sounds much better, even here in the cave. Good. But yeah, I mean, there were things that I liked in this movie, but the movie did not come together for me.
No, I figured you were gonna like this. I really.
So I enjoyed it, and I know my buddy John with Spirits and Spirits, he liked it. I'm probably not at that level, but John. I got through it in one sitting. I didn't have to stop it. I watched it all the way through, and then I was like, whoa, okay. But yeah, Godzilla X Kong. You see the trailer?
Yeah, I did.
Runtime should have been an hour and 10 minutes, not close to 2 hours. I agree with that. It was way too long. It was. They could have cut an hour off of this, and it would have been better. And yeah, this is another one. It was like they dragged it out way too much. Oh, speaking of which, I need to put the cards up.
Okay, Evan, did you watch this with your wife? Did she like it? And we lost Evan.
Did we lose Evan?
Yeah, I can't hear him.
1 minute.
And there he goes.
And we completely lost Evan. Oh, he's doing that? I thought I had the cards done, but I do have the cards done, but I didn't.
Wait, I answered your question. I forget who asked the question about Godzilla Kong. Who was that?
That was
I don't have the chats pulled up.
You don't have the chat up. It was it was Chris, the slasher dude.
I did see
He was asking Dell, but yeah.
Oh, I did. I just saw the. Did you see the trailer? I'm gonna answer it anyway. I saw the trailer. I liked it. I'm a fan of that franchise. I know they're just dumb popcorn flicks, but I enjoy them.
Yeah. Chris, yes, looks solid, but it will have a tough time beating -1.
Oh, I want to see -1 so bad, though.
Speaking of, I'm seeing it Saturday. So if you get a chance to watch it, let's put it in.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. I got it. While he just does something, I'll be right back.
Okay. You're going to get your cats?
No. Kind of. Get my pussy.
Come on, pussy. All right.
Testing 1, 2. Can you hear me?
Barely. It's real staticky.
Bitch, stay out of there.
And he's back.
What's up, Jay?
Barely heard Evan there for a second. There was a lot of static. I can hear you breathing.
That might be me. I'm fat. I walked. Okay, that
I
happens.
know. I'm a lot of breath. Wait. I went to the bathroom and came back. I think I need a nap.
Right?
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties tonight, just for Evan.
I know. Jeez, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
It's kind of back to the way it was originally, but sure. Let's not mess with it anymore.
Yeah. We're good. Don't worry about it. We're just glad you're here and we can see you and hear you.
Okay.
I swear to God, I will throw you outside.
I didn't mean to. It's just my microphone.
Can we just wait to see the next kaiju movie? Paul Bunyan. Okay. What happened to the movie listings that were
They're
on
still
Instagram?
on there.
They're still there. You just got to go to the Faces for Radio
Yeah.
Instagram, and then just go to the images, and you'll see it in there.
under the images.
It's just
They're
not
up there.
It's not current.
Yeah,
It's still
everything
there.
up until
Yeah.
January 3rd.
And I have everything up to the end of the year done in
Mm-hmm.
the 4K Lowdown's YouTube page under About. So you can go to either place and get our schedules. All right. Now I gotta get where I was. Now I gotta go back to doing what I was doing. All right.
So anyway,
So, and then
Oh, did you
Yeah.
did you hear me about I don't watch the movies with my wife?
no, I did not.
Okay.
that was where we lost your sound.
Yeah, no, she doesn't like this kind of stuff. I normally don't watch. I would have never picked Haunting of Queen Mary on my own without someone saying, "Hey, this is a good movie. Watch it." So I don't like horror. I barely make it. The only one I picked on my own was The Pope Exorcist, but it had Russell Crowe in it, and so I watch every
That's why
Russell
my-
Crowe.
That's why I talked to my wife about watching it, because it had Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
These
But, no,
motherfuckers.
You had that little kid I thought was actually, I don't know if he's an adult that looks like a kid, but if he's actually the age that he was playing, I thought he was really good in the movie.
Yeah.
He was good. He's actually 14, and he played an 8-year-old, so not too bad. But but let's go to our highlights.
Please, so we can get over this movie.
So we can get through this, because I mean, like I said, there were things that I actually liked. Like I liked the ending, although as confusing it was trying to be. So
I
let's
actually
see,
liked.
what-
I think my high score, correct me if I'm wrong, was the director.
the
Did I-
director as an 8, yes, that was your highest score.
I thought even though the movie itself is bad, the film was actually well directed. I
It was
mean,
well
you weren't
shot.
watching.
Yeah, it was well shot, and not too bad on the editing. It's just, the script was bad, the story didn't work. So that was your highest. Rich, your highest were 6s for the plot and the cinematography. And then my highest were 7s for the plot, ending, and cinematography. Other than that, not much going on here. Again, not something we'd recommend, but let's go to our final scores on it as soon as I load this Sun Gun. Can at least get that ready. So our final scores on The Haunting of the Queen Mary. IMDb is giving us a 4.2. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 62. Audience score 63. Rich, you gave it a 51. I gave it a 55. Evan, a 46. Our total average score, 50.67. So this is an avoid. This is
Don't waste your time. We watched it so you didn't have to.
take the 0 on it. Don't even worry.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was entertained enough to where I was like, okay, that was all right. But I won't go back and watch it again.
I think I was more disappointed than I was mad
I was
about
too.
it. Where you oh, sounds nice. Oh, okay. And the movie just got worse and worse. But
Mhm.
because it had each time they do something, you're like going, "This was promising, but you just let me down." So
Yeah, but then they just let the wind out of your sail because you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, they didn't.
Yeah.
Like I actually I enjoyed the dance number with the little girl,
Mm-hmm.
and then she messes up her ankle, but then she still finishes the number, and then nothing else happened after that.
Yeah.
Except for, oh yeah, I'm gonna give you a part in my movies, and it's like, okay, but I don't know.
It's dumb.
It was just all over the place. If they'd have focused a little bit and made it like at least a half an hour shorter.
I
and
did
just
like the
kind of-
phone part when the
can
coming
I
out
ask
of the
you
phone.
a question that will spoil the movie for most people? Because my question
Okay.
was: the kid a ghost the whole time because she killed him? I let him fall out the window.
She killed him when he got out. Because
Or when they
when
left
they went home and he hesitated to get off the ship, and
See,
then they took him home, and then you don't know what happened to the kid until she reminisces about it later. Then you get the
Yeah.
flashback because he's possessed. So he came off that ship possessed.
Yeah.
And that's why the
She let him die.
captain was trying to get him back onto the ship.
So the end is actually the end, but they're on the ship to remember. Okay, the timeline is the jumping around was
See, the
the
parents'
hardest thing.
souls are on the ship, right?
Yeah.
With the kid.
Yes.
So they decide to stay there.
Yeah, because the parents got possessed too,
Yeah.
and they're gone now. Because once the parents came back without the child, and the captain really wanted the child back because he knew the child was already possessed. So but then the parents came back, they knew the child was there.
Mm-hmm.
So then they got possessed, and the parents stayed with the kid on the ship, their spirits. And that's kind of
And that's confusing.
and it's
it sounds like you watched a different movie because like I said, I rewatched like the last 20 minutes twice, and I don't think I got all that. I'm going to be honest. I don't think I did.
It's okay, dude. This movie's bad. It was, avoided that.
it's really not worth trying to deduct it, but
Okay.
I did. But yeah, there was too much not to like here that it just didn't work.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go. And I'm just going to surprise you with all the other ones. So we'll just go right into our number 4 movie this week. Let's check that out.
Dis-moi ta spécialité. Pas me casser les couilles, c'est quoi? Écoute, avec plaisir. Snipeuse. Bonne nuit. Je peux buter un mec à 800 mètres de dos, les yeux fermés. Enchanté.
I had fun with this movie.
I like this. This was this is Wing Woman. It's on Netflix right now, you guys. It's French, obviously. But you can watch it dubbed if you want. I do recommend staying with the subtitles if you're okay with reading the movie, but if you're not, go ahead and do dubbing. It's not going to kill you because it's basically Charlie's Angels, only French. And the one woman, of course, I recognized as the blonde in this because she was in The First Night You See Me as the French Interpol agent. But yeah, I enjoyed this. It's not great, but good action. I was entertained. It had some funny stuff in it.
The fight scene, the hand-to-hand combat scene in the bedroom, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I love the glass scene.
With the naked dude?
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
State.
Of course.
Right? Rich, nothing else, right?
Yeah, Rich, it had to be naked, because he said a while back, he said there's just not enough dick. And when we were talking about Court of Owls, he needed more dick.
Yeah, and I did say that. I did quote that.
That's his OnlyFans page. I need more dick.
It's an OnlyFans page. It's Rich needs more dick. And
yeah.
He's made $10,000 this month on OnlyFans. So
that's how he watches so much movies. I mean, think about that,
Yeah. Rich wants to roll right on past this one. So this is a what the fuck film then? Yes. I think they were talking about
Yeah.
Haunting of the Queen Mary, but yeah, we're talking about
It could be this one too, because he liked the naked guy. So
Yeah, this is fun. I love all three cast members here.
Mhm.
Not the blonde, not the black lady, but the one that looks like she could fight. Like she was
the one with the deep voice, because she
Yeah.
was like sniper, and I'm like shit.
Yeah.
she's from the that movie that got a lot of things. Blue from the Warmest Color. I don't know if you remember when that came
Which
on.
one?
Blue is the Warmest Color.
I
It's
don't
pretty
remember.
much a porn movie.
But she was bad. She was my favorite. She was
Yeah,
badass.
she was awesome.
Yeah. The sniper, and the dubbing wasn't awful in this. Being dyslexic, I appreciate the dubbing. I agree with that. I think the dubbing is okay here.
See, I didn't watch it.
How
How was it for you? Evan?
Netflix is generally not good at it, but I always do dubbing first, and then if the dubbing is just trash, I'll switch to subtitles.
I
There's
switched
something
between-
about French women that makes me go meow, and something about his cats that go meow also.
My pussy makes a lot of noise.
He's got a lot of noisy pussy in the house. One of them's named Godzilla, so just take that with how you will.
No, but I did dubbing and subtitles. So, because the dubbing does drive me nuts, but sometimes I need it when I'm like really tired. And probably what made it the fourth one was probably my scores, I'm going to assume, because it sounds like you guys had more fun with this than I did. So, yeah, my problem with this, there's no real stakes for me. Like, it's like, let's shoot some cool scenes and let's kind of have a story. Like, I didn't ever care what was actually happening. The fight scenes were cool, and it was they seemed like they were having fun making the movie, but like I had no desire to know what happened. This was the one. It took me, I think, 3 sits to finally get through the movie.
Oh, really?
I was kind of bored, except for when they were fighting. Like inside the glass house when they're just chit chatting, I'm like, why do I need to hear this chit chat? Oh, it's because they're going to start shooting in the glass house. Like, you know what I mean? Like anytime they're just talking, there's no point of them talking. Like I'm not finding a story going forward. You know what I mean? And then the whole drone scene at the beginning was just a little.
It was
too
much. It was, but it set the tone, I think, for the action.
Yeah.
So to read the synopsis on this, it says, tired of the risks involved in a life of crime, 2 expert thieves and best friends recruit Feisty Sam to assist them in one last job before they move to a new and less stressful line of work. And yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but I didn't like.
Yeah.
I really didn't care about the story. I was watching it for the action.
Yeah.
The action was, and it, kind of reminded me, like I said, it reminded me of Charlie's Angels, because I really didn't care about that story either, because I got Lucy Liu on camera and using a whip, which was great. But, and
right, Evan? What's up, Mr. Nichols?
Mr. Nichols here. Speaking of whips, what's up, my friend? And if you're questioning, and he's back. So yeah, he moved. I was gonna let you know that he was on your channel, Rich, but most everybody comes over to the 4K Lowdown channel because it's usual. But we are live also on Facebook, Twitter, and Rich's channel, TurnerFan77, so you can watch us and chat on any of those except for Twitter. Twitter doesn't let you chat, but you can at least watch live.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sounds like Evan is describing how I feel about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I kind of get that though with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I would also Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I have a strong feelings too. So
I am 46, bro. So sometimes my balls hang low.
Yeah.
Especially when it's hot out.
Especially when it's hot out.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why, but it was 80 degrees here today. It's been like 40s and 50s for the last week, and then all of a sudden it's like, I'm like, holy crap, I need to put
40s
shorts
and
on.
50s is still good weather, though.
Not for California. I'm a pussy. When it comes to if it's in the 40s, I'm like, holy crap, I'm staying inside. But usually if it's in the 40s out there, it's in the 40s in here because my only heat is wood furnace. So I have to start a fire and warm the house up that way. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I didn't think the story was a whole lot. And
What do you think of the plot twist? Not the plot twist, but the ending.
I was
dug
okay with the ending. I liked it.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to say, Evan, you're not too far away from us, but you are the lowest of the three of us. But where do
What's sad is I'm trying to remember the ending. I watched it like last week.
Yeah.
Remember a certain character bites the dust, and then something happens with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, maybe. No, I'm truly drawing a blank. This is the problem sometimes when you like watch, because I watch these kind of all close together.
15 people hear a sleeping bag bashed against a tree, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It
I like
does.
we're gonna be
If you
crowd
watch-
tonight.
You're not used to watching a lot of movies like we are. I can see how it gets jumbled together.
I especially these type of movies. So in a sense, I watch way more. Like I do documentaries like crazy. So I'm doing the Bobby Kennedy one on Netflix, and I've done so I watch a lot of documentaries more in between, but like just these movies together, like I'm like, especially ones like these two were the first two I watched of the batch too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I think too, because when you watch a foreign film, you have a different culture of what they do for cinema. And I felt, because I watch a lot of French like action movies and stuff like that, I just felt this one was trying to be to Americanize more than it was French, if that makes sense. And then I thought it just lost a little bit of the specialty. Okay, Rich saw something and he smirked. I don't know what he saw.
Nothing.
I was just going into prayer for a second.
Yeah.
Lord, please let me not kill Evan because I like him. And but yeah, I see your point there, Evan, because it did seem kind of Americanized.
But that's okay.
It didn't bother me.
Yeah.
But because this could have easily been an American movie. Like I said, it really kind of fundamentally is identical to Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
With each girl having their own specialty and all this kind of stuff. Even though it was like they're thieves and they're trying to pull off a heist, there was more to it. But that stuff I didn't really care about. I was like, I originally thought that the person who played Marraine, who's Isabella Johnny, I actually thought that was Monica Bellucci for a second, and I was like, that can't be right. That can't be Monica Bellucci. So I had to go and look that up. Otherwise, I think I would have given this a much higher score.
I thought that too.
But let's go to our highlights on this. And I'm gonna.
Did it get a theater release anywhere overseas?
That's my knowledge.
No, I did not find a theatrical release anywhere. Not even in Russia.
I think this is a movie that if you would have saw with a group of friends, I would have had more time to enjoy it. Because we would have laughed together. We would have, you know what I mean? We would have said, oh, that was cool. But watching it kind of by yourself, you're like, oh, okay, let's just move on. You know what I mean? Certain movies
but that's the theatrical experience, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. So, Evan, I swear it sounded like you said when I watch porn films, not foreign films.
Hey, to each their own.
And calls them documentaries.
He likes midget documentaries.
He likes midget documentaries.
No, don't get me in trouble.
Yeah, guy.
Let's not get Evan in trouble.
Let's not get Evan in trouble.
We're gonna get
okay.
a text. He's sleeping on the couch.
So highlights. So Evan, your highest score was an 8 for cinematography.
It was beautiful.
And then you gave 7s to acting, plot, direction, music, and wild card. Rich, you actually gave a 9 to the wild card.
Yeah.
That was your highest. And then 8s to ending, story, script, cinematography, and direction. And then I gave 8s to plot, script, and wild card, plus 7s in acting, ending, story, cinematography, and direction. So
I was gonna go higher on cinematography, but like Evan said at the beginning, it was just too cheesy. So I took a point off.
And that's what I did too. I was actually at an 8. I took a point off because of that in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I actually ended up at a 7. Yeah. Dell heard that too. So I don't know. We're gonna.
It's because I'm probably the echo and I'm tongue tied. So that's probably what the issue is.
Because you're
It's
thinking
the
of the
echo.
board.
It's Evan After Dark.
Watch out. Well, we are talking about French films, so we all know what they're famous for.
We all have your back, caveman. All right, so let's go to our final scores on Wing Woman coming in 4th place this week. IMDb is giving this a 5.6. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 69%. Audience score 59%. Rich, you gave it a 77. I gave it a 70. Evan gave it a 63. Our total average score 68.67.
I recommend this. I say check it out.
This was a good watch. I think action fans, I think, will like this. I think this is worth watching.
I think if I didn't have to go down the scoring,
What's up,
I
Steve?
probably would. I would give it a solid 3, like out of 5. It's enjoyable. It's watching. It's funny how when you score, you're like, oh, I thought I would give this one a little bit higher because you look at it, but I'm like,
but 3 out of 5, that's 60%. So
yeah, I think
so
that's
you're
what I gave it on
Letterboxd. So you're right on the nose with what you were thinking.
Yeah, but if you think about it, when you see a 3 is a watchable. But when you see a 60%, you're like going, oh, I guess I could skip it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. I think anything above a 60, it has an audience, like, okay, genre specific. Over a 70 is worth a watch for just about anybody. 80 or above is like, dude, go look for this. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for saying that. Okay, so number 3.
I hope I'm right.
So our number 3 movie this week is one that I did not expect I would like. And let's take a look at the clip.
We're not attracted now, but we would emotionally attach.
You mean fall in love?
What if this awesome thing we have going on gets ruined?
People are meant to be together.
Oh, sorry. Is this on? Okay. Lame.
This was fun.
So if you were the last, this is on Peacock. I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to like it. I mean, right off the bat, I was like, what is the deal with the sets? This thing looks like shit.
No, see, that's what I loved.
But
And
that
this
was
is, what's his name? That holy cow, Aquamina. He does all those same movies. What was his last one? He just did Bill Murray. He has that style. I can't. Holy cow, brain fart. Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson.
Yeah, Wes Anderson.
Yeah, I hate Wes Anderson movies. I hate them.
That's what I thought the sets were. That's what I was thinking. Like,
check it out, Dale.
Caveman really enjoyed it. Dell's never heard of it.
No.
Harrison's saying what's up, like he's not caught up or anything. But yeah, I'm not much for romantic comedies. And I'm also not much for infidelity. And this is kind of a romantic comedy that's born out of infidelity. Yes. But I can give it a pass considering what was going on.
They thought they were dying. There was no way home.
And I've got a rebuttal on that because they
They
knew
were
they
trying
were
to
going.
get home. They were trying to
knew
fix
they
it.
were gonna go home.
They had enough. They had enough food to last them until they figured out how to fix the computer.
It was like, no, the navigation was fixed. And they were like, he goes, so we can go home. They go, yeah. How long is it going to take? 3 weeks. Okay, let's bone. That's what happened.
See, I thought they did it before that.
No,
they,
it
I thought it
wasn't.
was before that.
they were only
David is
talking.
right. That's what the joke was, and that's why they came to a conclusion to do it. Oh, by the way, it's two people lost in space,
Yeah.
and they're both married, not to each other, and then they're like kind of tempting. Should we? One's female, one's male. Should we just have sex just because we're the last two here? And then they realize they get to go home, and they said, because they decide right before the navigation is fixed, they were about to do it that night, but the navigation is fixed, and then they still do it.
See, I have in my brain it was before the navigation was fixed.
Yeah.
No,
They and she jumped his knob. And that's I was like,
Speaking of, dude, I died laughing every time they showed that fucking drill bit with the drill. What the fuck?
she had more than one drill.
Right.
She had like 3 different drills with 3 different settings.
Yeah.
This one spins like this. This one does this.
Oh, dude, I died laughing.
She was
This is an adult
yes,
film, a movie. But it's not
adult comedy.
Okay.
So the synopsis is, even though Evan hit the nail on the head. It says, adrift in their broken down space shuttle with little hope for rescue, 2 astronauts argue over whether they are better off spending their remaining days as friends or something more. Yeah. Jump the knob. And this is the thing. It looks a lot like Passengers,
but
especially with the animals. Yeah, like a low budget Passengers.
Mm. The Passengers was good.
Passengers, I liked Passengers. I enjoyed that a lot. This was and it was really weird because my wife watched with me. And she's like, why does that look like a living room? They're on a space shuttle, and I'm like, I think this is psychological. I think they're kind of seeing it like this. But
I think they're just telling a story and giving you a new way of showing it. They're just
It was just like I said, I was immediately turned off with the sets, with the set design, the background. But as the movie progressed, I thought it actually made the movie charming. And that's the only way I could put it. Where I was like, okay, and with their circumstance, I was going to give them a pass on the infidelity because I am not a fan of that. But then the way it happened, I was like, knock a point down on the story. But I enjoyed the movie. I liked it when they came back and they were all making reference. I loved it when Anthony Mackie watched Alien for the first time.
Oh, I died laughing, and he was
hilarious. So Evan, as you were going through this, what were your initial thoughts when it started, and then did your feelings on it improve as it went along or get worse?
So I love romantic comedies. So as you guys know, Notting Hill. I
do too, man.
I love these type of movies. So when I started to watch this, I did not like the sets at first, and I got kind of the charming. But my issue was kind of like how crude talking was, because I'm OCD germaphobe. So the fact that she stepped in his whatever, because it's like, okay, now I'm grossed out. But then as the movie gone, I thought it was charming how honest they are talking about it as adults and not having it. And so the story grew on me, but I'm not big on, I'm the same. I'm not big on infidelity in the sense of, in every romantic comedies, they always have to be in a relationship and then find someone. Like, why can't they not be in a relationship? Because they're both, you know what I mean? It's so hard to do that. And so I would say this is a one-time watch. Watch it on Peacock. I'm never going to watch it again. But it's charming.
I don't know if I'd watch it again. I do think this is for sure worth a one-time watch.
Mhm.
It's got some really funny stuff in it.
It does.
And I don't know, the whole cockpit made me laugh. And not Anthony Mackie's cockpit, but the cockpit of the ship made me laugh because it looks like they just painted the electronics on the wall. Like they painted everything. It's hilarious. And then they have this whole thing like communication down, error, call for help. Really?
The story once they got home, I really really liked that.
That's my favorite part.
How they struggled not to talk.
I want the homemade Pop-Tart recipe, dude. That looked pretty good. I gotta say, that homemade Pop-Tart, and that's love right there. She took time to make a homemade Pop-Tart with that blueberry marijuana that he made.
Yeah,
this is the movie that inspired me to pull out I'd make it. It's more of a toaster strudel.
I thought you were gonna say made you pull out your
with
marijuana.
the icing on them and stuff.
So yeah. I made a homemade toaster strudel. It's a Pop-Tart. We call it Pop-Tarts in our house, but yeah, because of this movie, I was like, oh, I used to make those. Let me go make some. So they're very easy. Just to let you know, you get puff pastry and just fill it with jamming and cook it.
Yeah,
whatever filling you want. That's it. So no, I enjoyed the movie and I liked the ending. What I love about it was like how they connected, like when she lost her favorite music and went down and she cheered them up. There were sweet moments, and but it always breaks my heart when they go and break up. Like, I think the only movie that I've ever done it correctly is, if you've seen it with Tom Hanks, You've Got Mail with Meg Ryan, is because they know they're in a relationship because you've got to be in a relationship, and they're without them, they are still drifting apart, if that makes sense. So
I have a confession, Evan. I've never seen that.
Oh, well, you should watch it.
I have not seen that.
You like romantic comedies and you've never seen You Got Mail?
Right. I like love. I mean, I love love.
He loves love. He's a fan of love.
Well, I mean, I like love stories. You know, I just do. And I haven't seen Got Mail. What's it called? You Got Mail?
You got Mail. It's Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. If you like romantic comedies, you've got to go watch every single one they are in together. Joe versus the Volcano. Stupid, but it's fun. Sleepless in Seattle. Sleepless in Seattle?
No.
Sleepless in Seattle?
Okay, but here's the thing. I'm not a fan of Tom Hanks at that point in his career. It's weird. I like his movies. Like, what's the one in there? He's the pilot.
Sully? Or Scully, whatever.
No, maybe it's not the pilot movie.
Are you talking about
Castaway?
Yeah.
I like Castaway, Forrest
He wasn't
Gump.
the pilot.
Yeah, I don't know
Forrest
why.
Gump and Sleepless in Seattle is all those are from the same era. And You've Got Mail comes after that. So I'm just saying.
I don't know. I've never been a fan of that Tom Hanks.
Dave, that's why he still gets blowjobs, because he loves love.
Yes, I love a good blowjob. Can't help it.
I nothing wrong with that. If you like You Got Mail and don't mind older movies, you should watch The Shop Around the Corner.
I've never heard of that one.
Sounds like the same movie.
Shop Around the Corner is so You've Got Mail is a remake of Shop Around the Corner, but it really doesn't. It gives a nod saying Shop Around the Corner with letters. Now, how do you make this movie in today's technology? It will be email. And so it's very clever on how they do it. And I was very happy because if you buy You've Got Mail on Blu-ray, they give you The Shop Around the Corner on DVD.
Do they really?
Yeah. At least mine did. So, but you really don't love because you haven't seen those movies.
Oh, you see, James Stewart. We were talking about him with It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Ever since I got him onto the Hitchcock movies, and he's been watching Jimmy Stewart, and he's a good actor, man. I like him. I know we're digressing, but I'm really liking It's a Wonderful Life. I really.
You
for his
gotta go
performance
watch
alone.
Harrison and I stream with his friend that we did our top favorite James Stewart movies.
I'll have to go check that out.
So, because I love James Stewart,
He passed, right? He's not with us anymore, right?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I
yeah,
I want to say
he's-
the 80s.
Oh, really? That long ago?
yeah,
I want to say 80s or no, maybe 90s.
90s.
He's the voice of in Fievel Goes West. He's the old sheriff. He's the voice of that.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's his technically last movie he did. Was
Yeah, he
Fievel
died
Goes
in
West.
97. I was like, he died like 96 or something. It was 97 when he passed away.
Oh, wow. It's so weird that you discover some of these films like so many years later.
Yeah.
And Harrison confirms. Thank you, Harrison.
Harrison would know.
I
Wonderful
always
Life,
try.
box office bomb at the time. Yeah, but some of the best movies I've ever seen have bombed in the box office.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's audio for me, but sure sounded like Dave introduced someone to Hitchcock movies.
Oh man, this stream is off the rails.
I don't know. We're talking about porn and cockpits and Hitchcock. I don't know.
Jeez. I think it's Rich's fault.
And yeah, it's ever since Rich was talking about more dick. Now it's gone
Well,
off.
it's
on
not
a-
about pussy being loud.
I'm just.
Hopefully, my
I'm gonna-
kids are watching.
I'm gonna jinx.
Oh,
it.
yeah,
I'm just
sorry.
glad the
We,
section
you
cats
should have
aren't
told
on.
us.
I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life. It's on my watch list for Xmas.
Do it.
You know what?
Look, Xmas. Look, now he turned Christmas into porn. Watch out. Sorry, that was a terrible joke.
No, it's on Prime.
That would be XXXmas,
Yes.
which I've seen that movie.
That doesn't surprise me, Dave.
No. I had to preview it for I was working at a video shop. Yeah, that's it. So the shop around the corner. Yeah.
Are you getting the hint, Rich? These are the movies you should go watch.
I'm going to hunt these out. Hunt for these movies. If I find them, I'll probably watch them on your recommendations.
Now we're going to get lost in Christmas movies, aren't we?
Yeah, we don't like Christmas movies here.
I do.
No.
I just don't like what people call classics. As we
Yes, we saw that in the chat.
Yeah.
Yes, Fievel Goes West was his last movie. Okay, getting back to If You Were the Last, let's go to our highlights on it. As I pull it up. So, Evan, you actually gave a 10 to the music on this one?
I mean, it's classic hits.
Yeah.
This is the music is nothing original to the movie. They're just playing.
They're just playing
music
good
that
like
I'm
80s
with
and
you, Evan.
country stuff. And yeah, I agree. I liked it. I didn't give it a 10, but you and Rich did. Evan and Rich gave it a 10. I gave it an 8. But Evan, you also gave an 8 to the cast and to the ending. And then you gave 7s to acting, plot, and wild card. And then Rich, you gave another 10 in addition to music to cinematography.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that. I couldn't go there with it though, because I didn't like it at first, but then I think it just enhances the charm of the movie as a romantic comedy by having all the paper mache planets and the weird sets and things like that. But let's see, you gave 8s to the acting and ending, and then 7s to story, script, and wild card. I'm sorry, 8 to direction as well.
Yeah.
And then for me, I gave 8s to plot, story, script, and music. And then I gave 7s to everything else except for cinematography. So cast, acting, ending, direction, and wild card as a 7. And then I gave cinematography a 6. That was my lowest score. But yeah, this was fun. I didn't think I was going to like this. Turned out that I liked it. I didn't appreciate the breakups. The whole thing once they got to the planet, but I did like how that story finished, and the ending was really good. So yeah, this is worth a watch for sure. I don't think I don't think it'll ever be out on physical release,
I
but
don't think it will either. Maybe on
but
DVD. I don't think
maybe
we'll see it Blu-ray.
I don't even think that's going to happen. But if you guys are interested and you have Peacock, this is worth checking out. It's If You Were the Last, and yeah, let's go to our final scores on it and close this out. IMDb is giving this a 6.2. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 86%, audience score 82%. Rich gave it a 77. I gave it a 73. Evan gave it a 71. Average score 73.67.
We were all pretty close.
Yeah.
We're all pretty close. Yeah. And they brought back the Walkman. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Hey,
up, Nate?
what's up, Nate? Had to catch the replay. Just got home. Early screening of
Oh
Iron
my
Claw.
God, Nate! I
can't wait to see that.
Oh,
He just came
man.
to brag. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, he just came to gloat about it. I just realized Evan is here. May not watch the replay after all.
Jeez.
Just kidding. He loves you too, Evan.
Nate, my man.
But Nate, glad you're here, brother. I can't wait to do the Action Movie Guys podcast tomorrow night. We're gonna record our episode. So that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to talk about those movies.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 3 down. We got 2 more to go.
Let's go.
This is a
Hey, wait!
toss-up.
Before we get to the final two,
Mhm.
I was going to ask you something. My mind just went blank because I think you already did it. Did you already do the Spotify spot?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Then fuck it.
At the
I did
very
in the
beginning.
beginning.
Okay. See, my mind's not working tonight.
I did the Spotify spot. Okay, so yeah, this was interesting. I was kind of back and forth on which of these two would be number 1 and number 2. But yeah, we got to have Evan on again. He did Stealth with us. Classic episode already. Yeah.
I like Stealth.
Yeah. Stealth was I enjoyed that. That was fun. I'm not a God, what is his name? Josh
Lucas.
Josh Lucas. I'm not a Josh Lucas fan, especially after Black Demon, but
Watch
I thought
Josh Lucas in Yellowstone. I don't know if you watch Yellowstone.
No.
I haven't seen it.
He has very small cameos because he's part of the backlash of one of the character because he plays the dad, or does he play the character as an adult? Whatever, but he does fabulous. Josh Lucas is a character actor. He's not a main star. I think if he allows to do that, I think he does a lot better. But that's my one comment. Because they try to make him like a superstar because he had
They
that.
did, and it didn't work.
And it didn't work. He's a charming guy. Like, I think he's great in Beautiful Mind. And he has just those small little roles. He does a great.
He's good in Glory Road, and that's what it's called.
No.
Yeah.
He was a jerk, but I liked him in Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh yeah, he's good in that.
As Leo Beebe. Okay. Speaking of BBs, let's get to our number 2 movie. Yeah, I wasn't sure until I watched him, and then I was like, okay, I know which one I would pick. But let's take a look at the clip from our number 2 movie this week.
What would make a 36-year-old woman have an affair with a 7th grader?
People, they like see me as a victim. I wanted it.
So May December comes in second place. Not for lack of trying by Evan.
No, this is. I would say if I had to pick between the two, because we now know Quiz Lady is number 1. If we're comparing about like which is a better made movie all the way around, like in the sense of a movie, May December will in your scoring will score better. But what movie will I go back and revisit multiple times would be Quiz Lady. So I'm glad that's number 1. And I think I think it was to Rich. I was like, I don't know if my scores are going to throw this off of what I wanted as number 1. But so far, this countdown is exactly what I would actually for me.
Nice.
But I think I scored May December more higher because of the quality of work that is the film is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of the subject matter here, but I do think this is where the one-time watch.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman, and I'm totally drawing a blank on the other. Julianne Moore. Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore were really good. Like they both creeped me out.
The whole cast I thought was
Yeah,
I thought
they
amazing.
were all really good.
Even the kids that are in it, maybe not even 15 minutes. I thought each time anyone came in, they were all 100% A-time top thing. But the subject matter, I messaged Rich. I was like, sorry, I didn't know, because we really just picked it because Natalie Portman's in it, and she's
I forget what I had it originally.
Leo, the cartoon.
Yeah.
Complete opposite. But so why don't you read the synopsis so people can understand what we're talking about?
Thanks, Evan. I'm going to do that. So the synopsis reads, 20 years after their notorious tabloid romance gripped the nation, a married couple buckles under pressure when an actress arrives to do research for a film about their past. So you saw by the clip, basically this woman had sex with a 7th grader.
Yeah.
And she went to jail for it. When she got out, they got married. And they have kids. So
three
now
kids.
Yeah. Twins and then one other one. And then they're all
she had kids before too.
She had kids from a previous marriage that she had the affair with the 7th grader on. Again, infidelity, have a problem with that. But more than that, she's a creepy bitch. I'm sorry, that's rape. That's not, I don't care whether you think you consented or not. You're 12 years old and 13 years old. No.
I really loved how the movie handled the subject, because in a sense it didn't come out and saying we're going to judge it. They're going to dissect it more of what it does in going, because they're living. Natalie Portman is playing an actress who's going to make a movie, who's going to play Julianne Moore's character. And that allows you to take a step back. I thought it was such a clever way of doing the story. And Natalie Portman is creepy too, because she starts to react some of these scenes, and she's getting it. And I'm just going to say it here, because I gave my lowest score, I think, was a plot, where I said, okay, I'm going to give this a low score because I don't like the subject matter. I think it was plot, or was it story? One of the two. Plot, but it's also based off of the real life lady kid that did it.
Which I didn't know she died. She just recently died.
Yeah. But I love the ending that pulled it together, because it's like because we're watching a movie, talking about making a movie, and talking about, is it right to talk about the subject, and if it's creepy for the people to make the subject. And at the end of the movie, they start making the movie that they're going to make, and they're going, is this creepy? They're asking us as an audience, is it creepy to make these movies and tell these stories? I think and it brings it all kind of, you're not supposed to feel easy watching this. You're not supposed to enjoy this. It's supposed to make you think. And I loved so many little lines. I might ramble here. Like when the son sits with the father about smoking pot. I might spoil it for you guys, but watching that character, the father, and having him come to realize what happened to him.
Yes.
And then his big speech, what a payoff.
Yeah.
And having him see,
okay,
no worries.
That whole roof scene, that's my favorite scene out of the movie.
Loved it, because you see how he never got to mature because of what happened to him. And then he confronts Julian, his wife, and saying, if it's not wrong, why can't we talk about it? And that's a beautiful line for this movie. And then you see her, you see that she's sick in the head.
Yeah.
And that she's justifying it. She's sick, but we don't know why, or she's just evil, because there's that other scene where she says to Natalie, I love it when I'm literally spoiling the movie for all of you, where because you're trying to find something wrong with me, but I'm just a strong woman. You're like going, okay, so are you naive? Then like we don't ever get to know her true motives or whatever, which I love. But I think it was courageous of the movie the way it ended.
Yeah.
And where because it doesn't it leaves you uneasy, but it's well made, well acted, well written. I mean, it's one of those movies that I might rewatch again to dissect it more.
Yeah, I
if
would
that makes sense.
revisit it.
I'll be torn. It would be one of those like another movie club. Like I have another one where like, oh, we're gonna watch like movies of great acting performance on tough subjects. I could see revisiting there to dissect the making of the film and the acting, not just hey, like, oh, I want to watch it on a Saturday afternoon type.
And I liked how at the beginning you seem like everybody likes her. She's really liked, and then you slowly get into why. I was like, oh, I liked that.
And I love that everyone you just casually realize everyone's just in denial of what happened. And I love that when I say it's not okaying it, but it's also not coming out from a perspective of this is just we're going to show you this evil stuff. It's like we're going to discover what's going to happen to these people after these incidents, especially this case, because I remember because I grew up during and seeing all the news headlines and how she went to jail and they got out and she was, I mean, it was a laughing stock. Like I think it was high school. We were all like going, who's going to marry their teacher? Like, why would you do that? Like how rude, So it was, but
this movie is not about Natalie Portman. It's not about Julianne Moore's characters. It's about that guy.
Yes.
And I I didn't like how you said Natalie Portman's kind of fucked up too. Like how she seduced him, I didn't like that.
We're in the scene with Natalie Portman. The kid was hung like a horse, so much so that had been pounding her brain with every stroke could have caused her brain damage. Okay, caveman.
Yeah, caveman. Caveman thinking about big dick.
All right, caveman needs more dick. So, but okay. So when I watched the trailer for this, I needed to take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
And after I finished this movie, I went and I took a shower. I still felt dirty from this movie because even though it's later in life, and the boy in this movie, and I'm going to still call him a boy. He was 36 years old.
His brain was still a boy.
His brain was still. He was still being raped.
Mm-hmm.
He was still being brainwashed, and it was, oh my god, it made me so angry. But because I didn't like Julianne Moore's character, that made me like the acting even more. And I didn't like Natalie Portman's character, and I also did not like the seduction and things that she did.
Yeah, I didn't.
But I knew it was coming. I knew she was going to do it
because it's kind of in the trailer too.
Yeah, and I knew, like that the whole the very end scene, and I don't want to spoil that for anybody.
Yeah,
but I liked that.
Yes,
because you kind of saw Natalie Portman's character fold into what Julianne Moore's character was, and what she was doing.
Yeah,
and it was
Yeah, it asks me the question, how do actors play disturbing characters? And I think of the interview I saw with Stanley Tucci. Is that how you say his name? He played a I forget what movie it is with Mark Wahlberg where he kills a kid. And he was like, and then her ghost walks around. I can't think of what that movie is. Is it Lovely Bones? I think it's Lovely Bones. Directed by what's the guy?
I didn't realize Mark Wahlberg was in that.
Wasn't that her dad?
I
I
think
don't
that's
know. It's been
But
so long
anyways,
since I've seen that.
but Stanley Tucci said he struggled saying yes to the role because he didn't know if he could mentally get into the character of a killer, of a kid. And to me, this is a kind of like taking on that question: how do actors
Yeah.
get in the mind of someone doing something bad and evil
What's up,
and
Kello?
gross?
what's up, Cal.
So, and you know what I mean. So I think
Yeah.
it's such a movie, and it's hard because it's like going when you're rating it, you're not rating it saying I like the subject matter. You're rating it for what the movie does and makes you think and struggle with. So
So you guys liked it way more better than I did.
I probably liked it the most out of everyone
No.
else.
Nope.
No.
I mean, like I said, it would there's quality
Yes.
Yeah.
in the work, but no, I did not like it.
Yeah. Who
And
directed this again?
Todd something.
it's Todd Haynes.
What's his other work?
He does a
Um,
lot of difficult
Far from
subjects.
Heaven, Velvet
from
Goldmine, Wonderstruck.
So he just takes movies and they deal with difficult subjects
Okay.
culturally and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Far from Heaven is an interracial relationship and set in I think 1950s or something like that, if I remember correctly. That also stars Julianne Moore. Am I
I just
thinking of the
didn't
right?
like her in this at all.
But you're not supposed to like her.
No, I didn't like her acting either. I'm not a fan of Julianne Moore.
No.
I think the only movie I really, really liked her in was Still Alice. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Wasn't she in Still Alice?
I think that's right. She was creepy in that, right?
In Still Alice? No, she had some kind of disease.
Oh, that's not what I'm thinking of.
I think that's the rule that sticks out for me. I'm just not a big fan.
Yeah, Julianne Moore was in Still Alice. Yeah.
Assassin is the movie I always think of when I think of her.
Yeah.
With Sylvester
like,
Stallone.
I always think of Evolution, but
Evolution, she's funny in that too.
she's funny. She's quirky and funny. I dug her in that, and I really liked her in Blindness with Mark
What's that one she
Ruffalo.
was with the aliens? I like that one.
Evolution.
No, the good one. Where the
Not Forgotten. Evolution.
Forgotten. Yeah. Where they get sucked up into the air. I liked her in that one.
I liked Forgotten. Forgotten was good.
Yeah.
I've never seen Forgotten.
It's creepy.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't recommend this because I absolutely did not like the subject matter, but this is one of those movies where it's good, but I didn't like it.
That's it. That's how I sum it up. And so I felt better, like I said, when I gave the plot. I said, don't like the story. The plot, I don't like.
Yeah. Boogie Nights. I liked her in Boogie Nights.
Oh, I forgot she was in that.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen that.
Again, with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
And his dick.
and his prosthetic,
Oh, shit.
which won a VMA for best prosthetic.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Under what? Best supporting
Best
character?
prosthetic in a movie.
Oh.
They did it on purpose so that they could give the award to, because it was like
VMA
Spot
was on MTV,
years.
right?
Yeah, VMAs is MTV's movie awards.
They can make up whatever they want.
They even had like a makeshift like dildo in the audience on the.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I was like, what? Okay, so let's go to our highlights. And Evan, we're gonna end with you because you had the higher score. But so Rich, your highest are you gave an 8 for the cast.
Yeah.
And then you had 7s for acting, plot, story, script, cinematography, direction, and wild card. I have an 8 for acting, and then my 7s are cast, ending, story, script, and direction. Evan, you gave 10s to acting, ending, script, cinematography, direction, music, and wild card, with a 9 to cast and an 8 to story. So Evan gave this a way higher score than we did, but that's okay. I do think it deserves to be in the number 2 spot, even though I didn't rank it number 2. I think it is probably the best made movie here in this bunch. But just the whole subject matter, the whole thing that it's about, that's an acquired taste. You have to really be able to swallow that, no pun intended, and then get right into it.
Well, can we speak on one thing before we go? Because we forgot and we haven't, is the music.
Yeah, thank you, Evan. I was just going to say that.
The way the music, it's hard to describe what the song, this music that played throughout, but it was just creepy and made you uncomfortable. It played with your mind when it came. You're like, what am I about to watch? And I should not. It was not enjoyable. And I thought that was such a smart move. They throughout this movie, they're like going, we're never going to make you comfortable. Like this, I'm a big person who, like, I have kind of a weird rule. I don't like to eat while watching disturbing movies. So, like, if I'm watching Saving Private Ryan and a whole bunch of killing, there's no eating. I don't ever want to associate eating something enjoyable with something awful happening on screen, if that makes sense. So it's a weird rule of mine, but I also don't like eating during a movie because that means smacking and then you drive me nuts. But there's just like, but that's what I think this movie was doing for us too, was saying, we're not going to allow you to enjoy this movie like, our next film. And,
I'm glad you said that, because I was just about to bring up the music, but I was going to say how creepy it was. But when you say it was supposed to be that way to make us uncomfortable, that kind of really hits for me there.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, because I absolutely hated music.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the even my wife was like, the music doesn't fit this movie. And I was like, and it makes a lot of sense that the music made me uncomfortable.
Yes.
With the stupid piano ding ding ding, and you're like, why? While she's fondling herself in the pet store, why?
Yes, that was weird.
It was so weird.
Yeah.
I'm a star. I'm a star. Big shining star. Good job, Game. Like, nice. And I didn't already a lot of dick on this stream. Boogie Nights just added so much more. Yes.
That's the biggest dick.
Just like that dick added so much more to Mark Wahlberg. But I agree about the music, and seeing your point of it, Evan, that makes a lot of sense.
It does.
I would like, if I'd have thought of it that way, instead of just, God, I hate this music. I might have given that a higher score, because if I understood that it was trying to make me uncomfortable, because I was uncomfortable throughout this whole movie. I probably would have given the music a higher score, because it makes sense, considering, because that whole movie is supposed to just make you want to take a shower afterwards.
And if that's not their purpose, well, they did a good job on accident. Because
I was going to say, if it wasn't their intention.
This movie, I have a question for you, Dave. You answered too, Evan. This movie makes us uncomfortable, okay, because of the subject matter. But on what level of uncomfortableness do you compare this movie to a type of movie like the original I Spit on Your Grave, or something along that lines? Which one is more uncomfortable for you?
I Spit on Your Grave because sometimes I feel that movie glorifies. It doesn't. To me, like, I only watched the original, and I only did it once because of film class. There are certain movies, even though they're saying, hey, we're not trying to glorify it, where, well, look at your camera work. Where I think, like, this movie, I think, does a better job of going, we're not going to do it, if that makes sense. I have a hard time with I Spit on Your Grave. And what's the other movie with Dustin Hoffman where they attack the house in that small town? It's on Criterion. And guys rape his wife, and I'm like going, I don't like it, because it's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable, but I'm also thinking they're making a great cinematic movie at the same time. So I don't think they always pull that off, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't like. I prefer this kind of uncomfortable over rape.
Yes.
I have a very thin line. I can withstand anything, but rape is something I can't get behind. So for me, it's I spit on your grave.
I agree with that because they showed it.
Yeah.
This was just okay. It happened. Now what comes after is what this was about. I didn't like it. It was disturbing, but it wasn't disturbing where I have to look away and go, no, I can't watch that. And rape scenes do that. I mean, and I'm gonna go back because I mean I Spit on Your Grave. Jay Manley just brought in Last House on the Left, and I agree with that one as well, especially original. The remake wasn't as bad with the rape scene, but you knew what was happening. But there, it's the movie Hound Dog with Dakota Fanning where she gets raped and she's 12 in the movie.
I didn't see that either.
I've never seen that.
I couldn't.
I think you've talked about this before.
Yeah, I've talked about this one before. This is that's one of the worst things I've ever seen. And I can see some disturbing, scary stuff, but that's awful. And Megan is Missing is another one that's just horrendous.
I haven't seen that one either.
I don't. So that's not my type of movies. I don't watch that stuff at all. Especially I don't like my video games that I play. I have to be the hero. Like I don't play Grand Theft Auto.
Me too. I will not play Grand Theft Auto.
I stopped.
I think that's against stupid.
Call of Duty Black Ops. I'd stop playing it because there's a scene where you had to go kill someone who was sleeping to pass the level. And I said, they're freaking sleeping. They haven't attacked me. I'm not doing that. So I don't play Black Ops at all. So I have these lines that I don't cross because I mentally can't handle it.
Man, talking about fair play. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. The untold story is very disturbing, makes you feel very dirty. Yeah. Like I said, shower afterwards. That was the thing. But yeah, as far as quality of film though, this is good. It's really well done. But it's a tough watch.
I would advise people if someone wants to watch it with get a group of friends or someone that you could then dissect the movie after. I knew that I'm coming on with you guys to talk about it. It allows me to mentally handle it better because I'm not processing on my own.
Hey, that's what you get for leaving, Reed. A family film, yes. Come on, it's a happy song. Lots of dick. Well, way to go,
a lot of dick.
All right, let's go to our final scores on May, December. Coming in second place this week. IMDb is giving this a 7.3.
Fuck.
Rotten Tomatoes critics score 92%. Audience score 85%. Rich gave it a 68. I gave it a 62. Evan gave it a 92 for an average score of 74.
I'm a critic. I matched their score.
You did. And we weren't even close. We were like, like I said, you were like, I was like, no, I did not give it a good score compared to you guys.
I literally texted Rich and said, I think my scores are going to throw this off a little bit.
You did text that. But like Dave said, it belongs in the second spot.
I do think it belongs in the top discussions for this week because
I was worried. I didn't want to make this number one. That's all I cared about. I didn't want to make it number one, but I also didn't want to make it number 5.
Think this movie will get any Oscars? That's an interesting. I don't think so. I could see a nomination for supporting actor for Natalie Portman.
I don't know.
Maybe.
It'd be a dark
or I don't know if she's the main, then maybe Julianne Moore.
I have a question. You know the Oscars love those stupid dramas.
They love those.
And how many have we had this year? We haven't had much of these kind of just serious dramas that I could think of.
Past Lives.
I'm gonna say Past Lives.
Past
I
Lives is
think.
my dark horse.
I think.
I
I think
love
the
that.
I
girl
haven't
was
watched that
amazing.
yet, so I can't speak to that. But I'm just saying you're listed one, and you get 10 nominations, and you get 5 nominations. I'm just saying I think it's because of there's not a lot of what
Yeah.
the Oscars like, unless
Yeah.
they're finally going to go and nominate Tom Cruise for Mission Impossible.
Maybe. I mean, they nominated Keanu Reeves for Speed. It's
Oof.
something's got to happen. You're like, okay, we're out of
Keanu Reeves
options.
actually get nominated for Speed.
He got nominated for Best Actor for Speed,
It's amazing.
and then Gina Davis won Best Actress for The Fly. So
that movie's terrible.
you got, anything can happen. And Jay says, "Is Good Burger 2 in first place?" No, it is
I
not.
refuse to put that on the list.
It is not on the list. But what comes in first place is this.
You know this game.
This is how you're gonna make the money. I'm taking you to the quiz! Look out! Learn how to drive! Racist! Oh. Hi.
It is Quiz Lady on Hulu, and
This is just so much fun.
I didn't think I was gonna like this.
Neither did I.
But I did. I liked it, and it was funny. It cracked me up. Guys, I'm like, Will Ferrell's in it. I am not a Will Ferrell fan.
Me neither.
I'm not a Will Ferrell fan either, except for that other one where he plays where someone's writing the script.
Yeah,
that's the only one.
That's the only one I like.
What is it?
What?
It's why can't I remember that?
Dude, when I'm on here, like if I turn off the camera, I could think of it.
That's what we're the Faces
All right.
Radio, man.
Did you think of it?
Strange.
Almost.
Oh, freaking A. Strange. What is it? Did you look it up?
Stranger Than Fiction. That's what it is.
Never seen it.
See, look, I got one word. Look at that.
Yeah, you got. Well, as soon as you said strange, I didn't look it up. As soon as you said strange, I was able to piece it together.
I
But
avoid.
I kept
Will
taking you
Ferrell
off
movies.
camera to see if you'd get it.
Watch Stranger Than Fiction. It is such a sweet movie. Yeah,
Everybody's coming in. Stranger Than Fiction. Stranger Than Fiction. Anchorman, just because it's based in San Diego. Okay. Stranger Than Fiction.
I walked out of
Good Burger
Anchorman.
2 is an Oscar favorite. That's right. Sandra
think
Oh
Will
is so
Ferrell's
great.
funny.
I didn't even recognize her in the beginning. Really enjoyed Quiz Lady. Yeah. Love Quiz Lady. I dug it.
Yeah. Me
I
too.
love
And
Sandra
we won't get
Oh
any
before
Oscars
she-
because it came up way too short.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Solid humor.
Oh wait, speaking of the point, are you going to get to the theater and see that?
Me?
Napoleon?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
probably not.
Me either.
Because it's gonna. I'm gonna do Godzilla and then Wonka. And then
I'm going to
whatever
see a
else.
couple because I'm using up I did Movie Pass. I need to use them up the points because I'm not continue paying for it. You could see
Mhm.
because I'm just not going enough. It's just too hard to find the time to go.
Yeah.
So why am I paying for something that I'm not using? So, but no. So I also don't like what's her name in it. Not Sandra Oh because I like Sandra
Aquafina.
Oh.
Aquafina.
Because
We don't
she's
like
been-
Aquafina either.
she's been in everything and she does all the voice acting, but she's like the new like Chris Pratt. She's Chris Pratt, Kevin Hart, where they don't actually voice act. They have a unique voice, so they get to be put in everything, and they all play the same exact character. The only other movie I liked her in was Jumanji 2. Is it right? Or Jumanji 3, whatever one, where she starts to she acts.
Yeah.
And
Whoa. Have you seen Farewell? She's fantastic in Farewell.
That was so good.
Yeah.
I was really surprised with that. Farewell was good.
Farewell is fantastic.
See, that's another one where I would say she's not great in it. The script is just better than her acting ability. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a good movie.
Yeah. But this, I liked this, and I think the other thing, Jason Schwartzman, I'm not a fan of, is the other guy, and I'm not a fan of Aquafina either. But they're subdued.
Yeah.
In this, they're not their original, like what you see in comedies,
Yeah.
like what we saw in Renfield for Aquafina,
Oh,
or what we see in like Kicking and Screaming or Step Brothers
Yeah.
with Will Ferrell. They were different characters, and I liked that. I liked who they were. I liked what they did. I still didn't like Jason Schwartzman, but you're not supposed to.
yeah.
But yeah, this was a surprise to me. I didn't think
Me
I was
too.
going to enjoy this as much as I did.
And I love the story between these two when they reveal what Sandra Oh did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
that,
Oh, sorry. Keep
no,
going.
it just that made my heart happy. This is a movie that made my heart happy.
Yeah. I thought this is one of those movies that came out like during the 90s, that when you used to just get a wide variety of movies, that you're like, oh, here's this other movie. Let me go, oh, this is great. And then it builds up over time. Like everyone's enjoying this type of movie. And so, but no, I thought everyone's great. Everyone's good. And I felt everyone got to play something different than what they normally play. So I think everyone was having fun with that.
Yes.
You know? So.
Yeah, she was a
she
Shang-Chi.
was.
She was in Shang-Chi.
And she was the dragon in what's that movie for Disney?
Raya the Last
Right.
Dragon.
I liked Raya though.
The
I
movie's
enjoyed
good.
that.
Yeah, the movie's good.
Yeah.
But not because of her voice acting. She doesn't
No.
voice act.
She's just her.
Yeah.
Honestly, the cast overall would not pull my The cast overall did not pull my attention. I was like,
I would have not watched this.
I was like, okay, but then I don't know. It was like when they all came together, I was like, this is not bad. I liked Sandra Oh at the
I did
funniest.
too. It was weird seeing her like this.
Yeah, I normally don't see her as with the makeup and the my wife commented, oh, that looks like my sister. And I was like laughing because she was right. Like your sister, but I love Renfield. Need to watch that still. I have Renfield. Yeah. I liked it. I had fun. But yeah, Aquafina was like I would say
Aquafina doesn't bring the movie down, but she doesn't add anything to it. She's just
she doesn't really contribute to the movie, but she's just there to have her voice, her little raspy 30-year-old smoker voice.
She's gonna watch this on YouTube and then send us hate mail now.
We're gonna get Aquafina mail. Which that's the first. I was like, no wonder her name's Aquafina.
Oh,
that made me laugh. It was.
she was all sweaty. Benjamin Franklin. Okay, yeah, that was what, and that was he was in like Arrested Development or something, wasn't he?
I think so.
Or,
yes.
Yeah. Because I recognized him, but I didn't remember his name. And I was like, and it was really funny because Sandra Oh's giving him shit. It was like, okay, so you don't know what phones are, but you're on the computer. You have your phone. He's like, you need to really make up your mind and go all out. If you want to be Ben Franklin in the Ben Franklin Hotel, be full on Ben Franklin. And and I think one of my favorite things was what they did at the end, because you know how they do with like biopics and stuff, where they have the ending where they say like the stuff that happened, like how many wins and what they did and stuff like that. And they did it at the end of this, even though it's complete bullshit.
Yeah,
it was funny, and that cracked me up at the end when they talked about all the people in the movie and what happened to them.
Yeah.
It is just a fun watch.
Tony Hale,
Miss
Man.
Yeah, and there's, like I said, it was a happy movie. You know.
Yeah, it was fun. It was enjoyable.
The bad guy's lovable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the bad guys because I was like, oh, they're trying to run a pet store. I was just like,
we didn't know that. And I love the revelation of that. Like, why it costs so much money because no one cares about the freaking pet, and I'm not going to actually kill them.
Having to keep them. I'm like, why do you do that? Why do you kidnap the pet?
Yeah, so, and I like the old lady next to him, her neighbor, the old lady neighbor. She made
that was the.
Yeah, go.
You know who that was, Evan?
Oh, yeah. I gave her a 1 because I recognized her.
Right.
I do.
She's in so many things.
She was the mom in 2.5 Men, wasn't she? Is that the same girl? Same lady? Am I
never
wrong?
watched that show. I think she was in something else. Because I gave her 1 because I recognized her, but I had to look her up, and I said, "Oh, that's where I recognized her."
Because I gave her a 1 because I thought it was Holland Taylor is her name.
Yeah, I didn't recognize her.
And she won 1 primetime Emmy. Yeah, she was in 2.5 Men. That's 2.5 Men, Legally Blonde.
That's it.
Bill and
Can
Ted
I-
Face the Music.
And the Pee Wee Herman thing cracks me up.
Oh, the Pee Wee Herman, and what a way to go out now that he's
That's Alan
gone.
Cumming.
Yeah.
No, it's Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah. That made me laugh. And was this his last movie?
I don't know.
Might have been, but I don't know. I'm still seeing Ray Liotta. There's a movie coming out with Ray Liotta, and I'm like, that guy's been gone for a while.
But don't forget, like Ray Liotta was doing all those straight to DVD things, so he could have filmed tons of stuff and not be his last film, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
They're
that's
finally
true.
gonna go. We're gonna release it. It's like the music.
Oh yeah, it was Miss Caveman.
Yeah. Scene where he stick the okay. So I'm not a fan of glorifying drug use, but that was funny.
Yes,
it was.
I did wish the old lady did the charades kind of.
Coochie, did you just say coochie money? Oh no, it's Chuchi. It was the Mexican restaurant. 2.5 Men. Thank you. Sarah Paulson is great and Run. It came together better than I had hoped, and I didn't think this was going to get first place, but I'm glad it is.
Me too.
Because it was a lot of fun to watch.
I wanted this one first place, and I wanted Haunting number 5.
Well, you got that for sure. And I think it's well deserved, both of them.
And we finally got a good movie, like a great movie. Good. I want to say great because I had a great time watching it.
I had a great time watching it, but yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah,
it's fun. Yeah, Hulu did a good movie.
Yeah,
and I can't remember the last one that they did.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I really like that one about the alien. Got a lot of buzz a couple months ago.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that was
what is that?
What's her name? Catherine Deaver or something like that.
Yeah,
the Booksmart girl.
Yeah,
Booksmart girl.
I love that.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, but I don't think that was a Hulu original, was it? Or
they had the Hulu logo.
Yeah, it has a Hulu original.
It has a Hulu logo. Okay, yeah, because that was good. I liked it. There was one like a couple weeks ago that was good. That surprised us, but that wasn't a Hulu original. We just watched it on Hulu.
Robots.
That was Robots.
Yeah.
Yeah. According to IMDb, this was Paul Rubens' last movie.
Okay, thank you.
And the internet never lies.
Yeah, the internet is always true. And my Bonnie Lass.
That's what I learned from Abraham Lincoln. He says, "Don't trust everything you read on the internet."
That's right.
Yep, did say that in his last speech.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good, it was like blew his head off.
Yep.
Sorry, that was terrible.
Blew the roof off of this place.
That joke was so bad it sunk a ship called Titanic.
Yeah, boy. No one will save you. That's the one. Thanks, Dell.
It's so much easier when you're not on, and you could.
You can just go and you can just go and do it. Go and look it up. I mean, I was gonna go look it up, but I'm like, I'm not right. I remember it. I know what we're talking about, but I kept thinking if you were the last.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's not that one. We just talked about that. Lincoln was a vampire hunter as well, and a zombie hunter. I have Abraham Lincoln versus the Zombies, and it was actually pretty good.
I hope Abraham Lincoln makes in Freddy, whatever that show movie is about animatronics coming alive. I hope he makes an appearance at number 2 since he's at Disneyland.
Yeah, it was good. It was good slasher.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. All right, let's go to our highlights on Quiz Lady. coming in first place this week. Let's see. We all have 10s for the cast.
Yeah, it was a great cast.
Because the
Minus
cast,
Will Ferrell.
yeah, minus Will Ferrell, but he was actually good. I liked him as
I
the
won't
host.
say he was good. He was subdued. He wasn't. He wasn't annoying. I didn't want to kick him in the dick. That's all I want to say.
He was charming, and that's what you want to do. He was
Yeah.
perfect for what he was.
Yeah, I like it. So Evan, aside from that, you have 8s with acting, ending, story, script, cinematography, direction, and wild card. And Rich, you have a 9 for acting, 9 for ending, and then 8 for story, and 7s for script, direction, and wild card. And then I also have a 10 for ending, along with 8s for acting and script. I gave a 9 to wild card, and 8 for music because I did like the music in there. My granddaughter's getting her hair brushed right now, and she's like, "Ow, stop it." But was Lincoln versus Zombies a Dollar Tree title?
Though.
Yeah, it was Asylum Movies. Yeah, it was a Dollar Tree title, but I enjoyed it. I liked Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Good vampire. Yeah, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that. Farrell was doing a weird Alex Trebek impression, but it worked because he did that on like Saturday Night Live or something where he was being Alex Trebek.
Yeah, I would say he was doing the match.
There was the one
game.
guy trying to be Sean Connery, and then Tom Hanks was on there, and it was a Dollar General title because he was the general of our country. All right. But yeah, actually, yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. But getting back to Quiz Lady, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Guys, definitely see this one.
This is worth a watch,
I'll
guys.
rewatch this. I will rewatch this.
I would buy this.
I would buy
I would
this
buy this
on physical. I would get this. I'd get this on Blu-ray, and I would watch this again. Because I would like to. This is one I would like to get, the family together and just watch it. Because that would be a lot of fun. Instead of just me by myself laughing, and then my wife's like, "Why are you laughing?" And I'm like, "It's funny." But I've got the headphones on, so she can't hear it. She just gets mad at me because I wake her up with my laughter. Okay. It's too bad he's on the $5 bill. I know for Dollar Tree, he should be, I know George Washington's got dibs on the one, but all right, let's go to our final scores on Quiz Lady coming in first place, you guys. IMDb is giving this a 6.7. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 80%. Audience score 81%. Rich gave it a 71. I gave it a 78. Evan gave it a 77. Average score total 75.33.
And it always cracks me up when Rich loves a movie, he always gives it the lowest score. Have you noticed that? Like when he's really excited, he always gives.
I do like this, but I scored it how I felt.
I know, but I just find it funny. Every movie you truly get so excited about, if you watch it, you usually
got a good
score.
We got a 70, right? That's what you said.
75 average.
But you gave it a 71.
Yeah,
but I'm saying
we
gave it better scores than you. But you're the hype man for this one.
Yes,
smart ass.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, smart ass.
Well, I wasn't gonna say
he was gonna be nice the whole show. Gets that one.
No, he's got to get you like right at the end.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you don't have time for comebacks. We're gonna end the show. Rich, you suck. Credits.
Yeah.
I just remember that one time it was his favorite. I think it was a Tom Cruise movie, and he was just saying. And then it was like didn't know why it was like number 3 or something because you loved it, and then realized it was your scores that put it there. I was like, "Oh, that's your
I just score him and I just send him away."
Yeah.
Yeah, he just puts he doesn't even know the total score. He just does the single numbers and he sends it to me. And then I do all the totals and everything. But yeah, it was funny. Yeah, he was talking about it, and I was way higher than him. But it was like third place. And he was like, "This should be higher," and I'm like, "This is your fault, bro."
Right.
Yeah, but It's
Well,
funny.
thank you for joining us, Evan, tonight. We had
Evan,
fun.
it's been awesome. So Rich, speaking of being your fault, what have we got coming up next week?
So next week is December 13th already, guys. We have a film from Netflix called Leave the World Behind, which I think has Julia Roberts and Blade, the new Blade. It looks fun. We got Locked In on Netflix.
Right. That's
We
Famke
have-
Janssen and
Then
some
we-
other people.
Some other people.
Some other
We have
people.
Kill Room on deep Blu-ray and video on demand. That has, I think, Uma Thurman, Sam
Uma
Jackson,
Thurman, Samuel L. Jackson,
Deathstroke.
Joe Manganiello, whatever his
Then-
name is.
Then we have Dumb Money, which is out on video on demand, and it's still in theaters too, I think. That's about the GameStop stock, which, yeah. And then we have a short documentary on Peacock called Superfan: The Story of Vlad. It's quick. It's about an hour long, but it was a fantastic documentary about
Story of what?
Vlad. He's an immigrant, I think. I think he's an immigrant. He loves wrestling. He loves professional wrestling.
Okay.
And you always see him in the Madison Square Garden shows of the old WWF and the WWE. It was a charming documentary. I liked it. And those are our 5 movies for next week.
Yep. We had a great time tonight too, Jeff. Thanks you guys for sticking with us. Killers
we
of the
will-
Flower Moon. We just heard that Apple TV Plus is releasing that this month.
Is it at the end of the month? Because it's on video on demand now, but it's not
It's on video on demand now, but I think like 15th or 22nd or something like
Okay.
that. It's
When
coming
it
out
gets
to
hit there, we'll probably add it to middle of January because we already got
probably be
Mhm.
first part of January, but Blood Rebel Moon we're
Yes.
going to review that at the end of the year. So
let me tell you the date so we get that. Rebel Moon will be our 27th show.
yeah, that's our last show of the year.
It's on the schedule.
Yeah. Also, you guys, if we get a chance, I know I'm going to watch it this weekend. If Rich gets a chance to watch it, then we will add Godzilla minus
Mhm.
1 to next Wednesday's show.
It'll be
I'm gonna
6.
try to see it this weekend.
I will try. It just depends on how early I get off work. Thank you, Dell.
Thanks, Del. Yeah, great stuff. Thanks, Chris and Reed.
Thanks everybody, man.
Really appreciate you guys. I want to thank everybody for being on the show with us. Evan, thanks again for bearing with these movies. And we always like having you on. I know
We
you asked,
appreciate your insight.
why we keep having you back. It's because you ask. So if you ever want to be back for any reason, if you see on the schedule, hey, I want to do these movies, you just let us know. And if we don't have anybody scheduled, you're in.
Awesome. I just want to be your top 5 guest. That's all I want.
You already are. You absolutely are. And even if we had 50 guests, Rich would have you in his top 5.
I'd have you in my top 5, bro.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Checking Godzilla out this weekend. That's the plan. Yep.
Yeah.
Us
Thanks,
too.
Jay.
I've got plans. Yep. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Miss Caveman. Appreciate it. But I think we're going to get out of here. So
Whoa,
again,
whoa,
thank
whoa.
you guys-
Slow your roll. Slow your roll. What do we got coming Monday? Don't we have a fun time scheduled for Monday?
fun time coming Monday. That is correct. So you guys, thank you for reminding me, Rich.
Yeah.
So Monday the 11th, we have a very special holiday high five with our special guest, KB from KB Loves Movies. He's going to be on the show with 5 of his favorite holiday movies. So we're going to talk about them and score them and put them in the hot seat, ask him questions. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So check that out. Monday the 11th, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, or 8 p.m. Rich's time.
Because I don't do time zones.
Because he doesn't do time zones, so I have to tell him his time every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, as usual, Wednesday. So next week will be episode 48 of By the Numbers. on Wednesday. So that'll be 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Rich's time. But for those of you that did not, and yes, KB, nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like KB, I've been on his show for the conversation for Halloween. So I wanted to get him on this year for a holiday episode. And
He picked some movies.
he picked some movies. He picked some low-hanging fruit, but it was interesting. Congratulations. Yes. Congratulations to Alex and his family. Yeah, they had their baby yesterday. So very, very big congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Geek and their baby geek that just arrived. It'll be a KB Christmas. That's right. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, that brings back memories, Jay. That brings back memories. Remember KB, the toy store?
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
That was Dell, but yeah.
Oh, it was Dell. I'm sorry. Dell, that brought back some memories.
I know what I'm doing after my conversation on Monday, following KB right over. That's right. Red Rover, send Jeffrey right over.
Yeah.
That's such a dangerous game. Sorry. I hated I used to teach and kids would ask to play that and I played it until I'm done with the injuries, okay? I'm done writing that email. Your kid got clotheslined.
This is why we stopped doing dodgeball.
Oh, I love
No,
that.
I always did dodgeball. And one of the kids I used to teach PE, and I came up with a game called Mr. D Dodgeball because my last name starts with D. They weren't allowed to touch the ball, so I was the only one that could throw it. And they ran around, and I just chucked them and hit them with the ball. It was
That's probably very therapeutic.
Oh yeah, and they just thought it was the most ingenious game. Oh, your hair looks pretty.
Oh, your hair, yes, your hair.
Yeah. Oh, you're taking. Okay. I guess I'm out.
You look
So
very
say hi.
pretty. Hi.
We love your hair.
You got them curls.
Okay, say night night. Okay.
Night-night.
Have my headset back?
She's
Not
like,
yet.
nope.
Okay.
Our mascot's
Hey,
here, man.
whoa! Don't touch. You can't touch the computer. You start typing words.
What's your favorite movie?
Okay. What do you say? Can I have the headset now? Thanks. Can I go? No. All right.
Can you hear us?
Say Merry Christmas.
Cheers.
Yeah, closest.
Oh,
That's pretty close.
yeah.
I'll take it.
Oh,
Ho ho ho.
she just called you ho.
Hey, you gotta go bed. You gotta go Mimi's.
She still has her
Hang
headphones
on.
on.
Oh, yes, she does.
Okay, easy. Say night night.
Good night.
Good night.
Hey, you gotta go. Night.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night. Love you.
I always like it when she makes an appearance.
Yeah. Rich was made an inappropriate joke while here.
I did. I
bet
did
you
mean
I saw Rich.
I did.
No, when she said ho ho ho, Rich goes, she called you a hoe. I'm like, her headphones are still on.
I
Rich.
forgot. So tell your daughter I apologize.
Okay, we just won't mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's adorable.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, so there's like emojis going on here. I'm guessing. Now there's the MVP.
Yeah.
guys. We got to have a cameo from Piper
Yeah.
to say night night, and she tried to say Merry Christmas. It kind of sounds like hey bitches, but I'm okay with that.
Well, the way we're going tonight, if it's
We're
perfect,
going- Hey
She fits right
bitches.
in.
Yeah, she pretended to be on the phone with me, right? And I was like, okay, so I'm talking to her, and then she just hangs up. And as she walked away, I go, bitch. But I thought she was out of earshot. So the next time she played phone with me, I answer the phone and she goes, bitch, and she hangs up. And I was like, okay, I guess she did hear that.
That's
But
awesome.
hey, I don't care. As long as she says words, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Come a long way.
Yeah, she's come a long way. She had speech therapy today, and she had a review, and the speech therapist says she's doing great.
That's awesome.
And so this coming year, they're going to try to introduce her to stuff that she doesn't like to do, so that she can actually be ready for school. So
That's freaking awesome.
so they've got a plan to get her acclimated to where she can actually go to school. And she turns 5 in May. So
Yeah, my daughter's
So they-
in speech therapy right now too.
Yeah.
So we're kind of nervous. I'm kind of nervous. We're doing some testing to see if she's dyslexic like me. So, because I went through speech therapy all the way through 7th grade.
Okay.
So
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
you're going to hear on
Well-
certain words I cannot say at all, and I was also tongue tied, and that doesn't go well with both dyslexia and being tongue tied. So, but no, I love it. I'm a big opponent because I went through all that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, starting young.
Don't forget to OG / the like button. Appreciate that, Caveman. We had to stop a game called Sharks and Minnows because it was a bunch of 8-year-olds randomly crashing into one another.
Yep.
Will Smith smack the like and then keep the effing name out of your mouth. All right. Great. Thanks, Chris. All right. On that note, we're going to go. And
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Evan. Thank you,
Thank
David.
you.
it's been a great time. And but for Evan, Rich, and myself, we'll see you next time on the Faces for Radio podcast. That'll be Monday. So check us out for our holiday high five. One more. Thank you, Harrison. And we're out. Take care, everybody. Be safe. God bless.